Hello, and we are live. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, Keval.
It's so good to
Good
see
to
you
see
after
you.
such a long time.
I know, totally.
Yeah, you look good too. You look very good.
Thank you. What's life been like
In this COVID
post
time,
lockdown, COVID times?
oh, it's actually better than before. I'll not lie. Like it was very. I had to travel much and everything to college and everything. Right now, I don't have to meet anyone. I don't have to make an excuse to not get to meet someone. Like I can just say I am very scared. That's all. That's all
I
it
know,
matters.
but one good thing is that you're still looking like you are doing a lot of activity and you're looking like really chiseled and since the last time I met, so it looks
Yes.
like you're doing some kind of a workout regime. What is
I
it?
am trying. I'm trying because starting May I just put on more weight than I had, and then I thought, ki, no. I don't want to, you know, I want to be better looking, better that, and it's
Yeah.
good for the health too, right? And COVID times you better necessarily have to take care of your health. I spoke to a doctor and they said, ki, yeah, if you get in better shape, of course there are better chances of you not getting it. So I just, all right.
That is true.
How are you, dude? I actually before this I was seeing your for research purposes I was seeing your Instagram and everything, and I saw
Okay.
how many 15 years. Wow, congratulations! A
You
big
were wondering,
congratulations.
15 years, how old is she?
No,
No,
even
actually, I started off very young. And
exactly, yeah.
yeah, in fact, I started off hand modeling. When I was in school only, I started off as hand modeling, like by the time of 13, 14 only, I started hand modeling.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to just do products like, Ezekia, all of
Mm,
that, only products.
mm.
And I remember agencies, all big agencies used to call me and say, please, we need your hand, please, we need, because I had these long nails and, I was like, I
Wow,
had
people
these
are behind
beautiful
hands.
hands. I kind of still have them, but but I think I had better hands, when I
All
was like
right,
16, 17. Yeah. So then
but
I
then
started
started.
off as a hand model, and then I did my first ad with Amitabh Bachchan,
Yes, I
and
just
then
saw that.
yeah, and then I did a lot of ads actually. I did ads for Chennai.
Right,
चेन्नई में ऐसा कोई ब्रांड नहीं होगा जो मैंने किया नहीं है. It was like Nalli's, Pothi's, Chennai Shopping Mall.
that's such
I
a
mean, you
good show off,
you
isn't
name
it?
it.
Like
Yeah, you name it. I've done the brand. You just name the brand. I'm like Idayam Belt मैंने किया है, Alukas मैंने किया है, Pothi's मैंने किया है. It was like every brand I had done. Jamai ice cream. I did so many ads as a model. Then I
that's
also
so
did
cool.
ads for Bangalore. I also did ads for Hyderabad. I did ads for um, I think I did. I'm not sure if I did PC Chandra, but I did a whole lot of ads which were also shown in Sri Lanka, and then Bangladesh के लिए मैंने एक full fledged ad किया जो Switzerland में shoot हुआ था. I was really young that time, and
Hmm.
I remember there was this guy who was probably in his 30s that time, and
Hmm.
for me he looked like so big. I was like paired opposite him. He was the superstar of Bangladesh, and I was like flown to Switzerland for that ad. एंड
Wow.
वो एड अभी भी ऑनलाइन है और मैं उसमें छोटी सी बच्ची जैसे लग रही हूँ उनके साथ. But it was so much fun. Of course, I did Pantene shampoo for Pakistan, by the way.
That sounds so cool. Like you've done everything. From like you've done shows, you've done movies, you've done ads. That's so cool.
I've done singing. I've done
You've done
journalism.
singing. Yeah, you have a lot of singing experience. In
I've done
fact,
journalism.
yeah. I was going to get to journalism. Was journalism before or after this?
No, journalism was together. So when I was modeling, I like around the time I was in like my college internship, I was doing journalism, and at the same time I got movies in South. So I started writing for Bangalore Mirror. That
Oh,
was
nice.
I also started writing for Deccan Chronicle Hyderabad, but that was like a stint only for 2 months. But for full-fledged journalism, I wrote for 2 years for Bangalore Mirror. And at the same time, I was shooting for my Tamil movie and then my Telugu movie.
Yeah, I saw. By the way, congratulations on that. That's just a great thing to do.
Thank you so
In
much.
fact, in fact, on the topic of newspapers, I'm also working for a college newspaper, but I am working on a newspaper, which is
Lovely,
not as
lovely.
cool as what you were doing, but this is really nice too. Yeah, but
Thank
on the
you. Yeah.
topic of this, I was, uh, you know, people really know about your life and things which aren't true as well. Like I was searching on YouTube, I just put Preetika Rao on YouTube, and some really absurd 5-6 minute biography videos came in, and these guys know everything about you. I'm not sure if it's the correct information or not, but they know your restaurant, your favorite restaurant. They know your favorite color. They know your size measurements for some reason.
Do you know my
Yeah,
measurements? Really?
yeah.
Even I would get confused about my measurements.
Yeah, they are just
So
putting it out
I
there.
would be really zapped if somebody knows my measurements out there without me having made it public ever.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently, you have 6 boyfriends.
Am I
You
am I
have had,
a
have had.
Kunti or something? No, 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 no. Absolutely not. I'm not Draupadi. Sorry, not Kunti. Draupadi.
Yeah, but it's just so absurd. Like I was searching this, and so much came in, which I thought I was like, oh, I know her for such a long time. I don't know anything about her.
What else? Can I know
Yeah,
what else?
this is all I can think of. But it's really funny. I was laughing the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, well, anyways, I was when I told my mother that Preetika Rao is coming again, and because the thing is, she's a fan. She really liked Beintehaa. She used to watch it with my neighbor, and
Wow.
they used to bond over that shit.
क्या
And
बात है.
and she's just excited. But you tell me, how was Beintehaa? Because it was the big thing, right?
You know, Beintehaa, I think, was a destiny show. It was completely unplanned. I had just
Okay.
finished South films, and I had taken a decision of quitting South movies. I took a brief gap, and I went to New York, and I came back. And the moment I came back, you know, there was a sudden influx of television offers, and
Hmm.
from all big production houses, Endemol, you know, as if all big production houses.
Wow.
And at that time, television was like at the peak. You know, Colors was at the peak, and Anil Kapoor had finished, you know, 2 series of 24.
24. Yes.
Amitabh Ji was doing Yudh, and you know every actor, whether it was Salman or whether it was Akshay Kumar, everybody wanted to be hosting a show on TV. They wanted to be um, on television in some way or the other.
Right.
So I thought that if I am not interested in Bollywood, then I thought, okay, that's a very good medium for me to explore.
Right.
And that's how I landed up in television, because there was a sudden call one day, and my manager, who used to handle Anushka Sharma's work with Yash Raj Films, she called me and she said that, you know, it's a Colors 9 p.m. show, and it has been finalized rather for the 9 p.m. slot out of 24 serials that were narrated to the Colors team. So I was
Right.
like, wow, you know, this looks like a special show. And coincidentally, ये लोगों को मैंने अभी तक बताया नहीं है. Coincidentally, I had stumbled upon a Pakistani show. मैं कुछ और ही टाइप कर रही थी, and I typed something like कुछ बंद दरवाजे is what I was typing, because it was something that my friend had written. I think it was the
Okay.
lyrics
So
of a
typing on.
song or something like that. Yeah, I was searching for it on Google.
Oh,
I
okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I wrote Kuch Band Darwaze on Google, and I stumbled upon a Pakistani show called Shere Dil Ke Darwaze.
Right.
And for some reason I started watching it, the first episode, the second episode, and the actress, the main lead, was a very good looking girl, and it was
Hmm.
situated the story was situated between three girls. So
Right.
something about the show was a little interesting, and I ended up watching like some 5-6 episodes, and then I thought that, my god, ye culture itna khoobsurat hai, everything is so beautiful, never
Hmm.
before seen and explored. And the moment I got this Beintehaa, which had the Muslim backdrop, I
Yes.
immediately said yes to it, because I
Yeah.
could literally envision myself doing that role, and as luck
Yeah.
would have it, not only did the show become a hit, my pair became a hit. We got awards for it. Start on best debut, best jodi, best actor,
Best
performer
actress.
of the year,
Yeah.
best actress, yeah. And then I also was amazed that this show got dubbed and released all over the world, which is
Yes.
something I never expected. I never expected.
You have a large cult following in Pakistan and Indonesia, right?
Turkey, uh, Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, uh, जहाँ मैं दो बार जाकर आई हूँ, because they invited me
Wow.
twice, saying that you have a massive fan following, and I also did an endorsement there. I became the brand ambassador I became the brand ambassador for Azam Group,
How
who
cool is
who
that?
are like the Ambanis. They're like the Ambanis here. They own
For
like
real.
factories, yeah, factories, and they make juices, and they make water, and they make atta and everything, like wheat flour and
So they
everything.
are the big
So
deal then.
I yeah, they are definitely a big deal in Tanzania. So I modeled for them the last time around. I was in Dar es Salaam,
Hmm.
and now recently I got to know that my show is doing so well in Dubai and UAE, Arabic countries, that there was a this guy called Ahmad, who has this show of his called Chai with Ahmad,
Right.
and basically he interviews a lot of Pakistani and UAE stars, and also
Right.
Indian celebrities. So Ahmad called me and interviewed me, saying that, Pritika, you are like a big hit here. And he kind of he kind of interviewed me, and he told me things like, people actually take clips of Beintehaa and do their own Arabic dubbing, like their own dubbing, like how TikTok is,
Right.
like people just dub on your dialogues
Okay.
and put
Okay.
out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
he said people are doing that for Beintehaa. So I was like, wow, kya
Wow.
ho raha
Kafi cool.
hai?
In fact, even Balvi, which the show which I was in, it is also very,
Yes,
very popular in Indonesia.
absolutely. Yeah. I've
Yeah.
heard about it. Yeah.
So it's
You went to
something which
Indonesia,
is shared.
right?
No, they called the whole team, but we couldn't. It was some shoot time and everything, so we couldn't go. So the
Oh,
only Balveer went.
okay.
But yeah, hopefully, well, someday I really want to go to Indonesia, because the thing is, sometimes I just feel that, oh, I might be just famous than Shah Rukh Khan over there, because the love. I'm
I'm
joking,
sure.
of course. I'm joking,
If you end up
but
looking like the boy that you were when you played Balveer.
that's true too. I was really yeah, I was a kid. Yeah, it was very different look, and now I have beard and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
good on really Bain Tam. And this singing thing, was the singing thing really you were excited about, or was this just a hobby which became something uh, for it?
Uh, I was learning Hindustani classical in bits and pieces in childhood. Maybe when I was 6, 7 years old, and then suddenly when I was in my sixth, seventh, eighth grade, and then there was a break. Then in my 10th standard, I did Hindustani classical. Sorry,
Hmm.
not Hindustani classical. I did a ghazal. There was this Mr. Kadri who used to come home and actually teach me ghazals.
But
And
was this
after
what
that,
was this
sorry, yeah.
you who you were wanted to learn, or was this a pressure from your family? Okay, you should do
No. So
do an
I think
extracurricular activities and everything.
my mom always heard me singing, and she realized that I sing well. So
Okay.
she started putting me in these, music classes. she also tried her best to put me in a dance class, which I was never interested. I was more interested in going out with my friends and playing in the evening, rather than
Yeah.
doing a class of Kathak or Bharatnatyam for some reason. Then there was a big gap. I remember there was a big gap, and even in my school, I had participated in a singing competition kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember thinking in my head that if you lose practice, you will completely be out of practice. And that's why I tried my best to not lose my voice. So there was I had to like take a decision that I have to practice every single day, which I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
I once wanted to be a singer, and I genuinely, yeah, I like singing and everything. So I was in my school choir, and I sung the national anthem,
Okay.
and I was
Okay.
so horrible.
National.
I was so
Okay.
horrible that I didn't go didn't go back the next day. Everyone was just looking at me that, oh, this guy ruined it. Yeah, so singing is not now. Sometimes, yeah, it's sometimes fun, but it's just alone thing. But I coming back to the thing which you said before. You said you didn't you took the decision to not do South movies, and then you weren't interested in Bollywood. Why was that, sir? Because if you're an actor, the ultimate general goal is Bollywood and movies, like general goal. And
Yes.
you were in films, but why did you make that decision to not do South movies and then not Bollywood? Because let me say the big thing. You were offered Ashiki too, which is you know, and why was that so?
So I got a call from my sister's manager, who told me that Vishesh Films wants to meet you because they want to, launch a new phase for Ashiki 2. And
Right.
they didn't know that I sing. And if I
Hmm.
knew that it was a single story, probably I may have considered it.
Okay.
Also considering the fact that, I mean, apart from the fact rather that I was never interested in Bollywood because I knew the inside world. I was not an
Hmm.
outsider. I was not a
Hmm.
Miss India or, just another model who became an actor. Because of my sister, Amrita, I knew everything that's happening in Bollywood. And I knew one thing, that it's very easy to get into Bollywood. It's very easy to launch yourself in Bollywood.
Right.
Anybody would launch because, you're like the new face, and, they would love to launch you. But after you launched, then it's your story. You are just left, um, to yourself and the choices you make. And there comes a point of time when industry pressurizes you so much that you have to step out of your comfort zone, wear the clothes that industry expects you to do, wear the scene,
Hmm.
do the scenes, rather, even if they're bold, that you're not comfortable with. So,
Hmm.
and at that time when I was offered Ashiki 2, uh, on-screen kissing was just in. It was not.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
was
Hmm.
not compulsory, or it was. It was just. I mean, before that, it was not compulsory or mandatory. But during Ashiki, when I was offered Ashiki, all that was mandatory. And I
Okay.
was,
Okay.
I was very young, and I didn't want to do all of that. It was out of my
Hmm.
comfort zone. I'm
Oh,
very uncomfortable with it. So I had to take some decisions in life, whether I want to follow a herd or I want to do what I'm comfortable with.
right.
And I
Important. Yeah.
don't believe in following the herd. I believe in doing what I wanted to do. I wanted to do
Hmm.
journalism, I did it. I wanted to do modeling, I did it. I wanted to do South movies, and I was very lucky to get the role that I did, because I had seen, in school, rather, when I think I don't remember which year, but I remember I saw Aishwarya Rai movie,
Mm-hmm.
when I think she did some Tamil movie, and I
Right.
was so charmed by the film, and I was so charmed by that movie and the songs. Something told me that, um,
Yeah, I want to
I
do that.
should go, and yeah, I want to do that. And as destiny had it, I not only worked in the same village, which is a Chettinadu heritage village, it's Chettinad, I think.
Okay.
I got to wear the similar clothes that she was wearing in,
Oh, nice.
in that, yeah, like the pattu pavade sarees that, they wear, like the skirt and the sari kind of a thing.
Right.
I got to be in the same, shoot in the same village, and it was like a dream come true for me. So I did
Hmm.
South for another reason. I did South because I knew that if I do South, I can very easily come out of it. If I don't like the experience of becoming a main lead heroine, I can always come out of it and do something else. But Bollywood had become a huge deal. It had become international. So
Yes,
it was
Bollywood
not
was at
something,
the rising point that time.
no, it had already become international by then. So
Okay.
I'm talking about, yeah, maybe, yeah, like around 2010, So
10, 11, yes.
10, 11, 12. So
Hmm.
I didn't want to enter Bollywood because South is something I experimented with, although they don't like it. If you say that, they take it as an, like,
Yeah, they get
you know,
insult.
yeah, something like not in a great taste that, okay, we're not an experimental platform. They take it like that. But honestly, I did use it as an experimental platform because although I had great respect for South movies, I realized that I don't fit in there, and the kind of you know people that I saw didn't appeal to me. Their sensibilities didn't appeal to me, and I took a decision to quit South. And
No, just wasn't
Bollywood
your
is
thing.
something I didn't want to do. Yeah, Bollywood is something I just didn't want to do. Yeah.
But now, when you say that intimate scenes are required and everything, I get it. It's completely alright. But now, as the OTT rises up, sometimes you get to do something else as you want, right? For example, not necessarily intimate scenes can be there, and because OTT is there, you get the flexibility bit more because not now it's not necessarily the only option is theaters. You know, when you have it, when you're dealing with OTT and everything. So now, do you think that would tamper the decision might change or something like that?
My decision?
Yes.
No. I'll tell you
No.
why.
Okay.
With OTT, it has become because OTT doesn't have censor board. Uh,
That's true.
the only like when my manager gets these text messages from casting agents,
Mm-hmm.
they're very typical. It's like looking out for a main lead for a web series, bold scenes, bold lead required. So that is the only requirement. And
Yeah.
they even when I see not a series, but when I just see ads sometimes in OTT
Mm-hmm.
platforms, I'm like, what are they making? What are these girls doing? I cannot relate. So maybe
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
just you know too back in time, and what do you call it?
No, it's just yeah. Everyone has a different, everyone has a
I
different
don't
sensibility.
think anachronistic is the right word, but probably I am old school.
Well, but old school is still fun though. I like old school. Anyways, really nice talking to you.
Same here. Same here. It's a great way of catching up, I think, these days with your
Yeah, it's
friends
it's
without
fun,
having to travel.
and you don't have to move out of your house.
I know.
You can
And
be in your
also,
relaxed comfort zone.
I'm so impressed with the clarity and everything. It's amazing.
Isn't it? Yeah, it's really good. Well, anyways, thank you so much for coming on the show. It was
My
really fun.
pleasure, entirely.
And yeah, see you soon. Bye bye.
See ya soon. Bye.